This video series is sponsored by my light novel series 2112. Order your copy on Amazon today. Okay, based on how you talked about Gundam last time, it sounds like it was a major hit when the anime aired. Absolutely not. Excuse me? Mobile Suit Gundam was a financial failure when it ended. Seriously? How is it still a thing today? To better understand what led to the success of Gundam, you have to understand the larger context of what led to its creation and after it ended its run. And I mean large. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Yepers! Hold on. Over. The date is April 3rd, 1971. The first episode of Kamen Rider airs on Japanese television. The airing of this TV show, alongside the airing of Return of Ultraman a day earlier, were the 1-2 punch that signaled the end of TV anime. Huh? Let me explain further. The two shows I mentioned earlier are live-action special effect, or to sum up in one Japanese term, tokusatsu shows. Tokusatsu? Power Rangers is an example of the genre. Godzilla is another as well. Both fall underneath this genre of entertainment. Nice to know. Please continue. Godzilla and Kamen Rider both started their respective, what fans of the genre call tokusatsu booms. There was more than one. Godzilla started the first one as the kaiju boom, while Kamen Rider sort of started the second one as the henshin boom. And where does Ultraman fit into Gundam's story? It's a little funny when you ask, but we'll get to that later on. Just tell me how exactly these shows threaten to end TV anime. The first tokusatsu boom ended on television when the preceding Ultra series, Ultra 7, ended its run on September 8, 1968. Got it. It fully ended when the Godzilla movies went into a brief hiatus after its disappointing box office performance of All Monsters Attack in the weekend of December 20th in 1969. Meanwhile, TV anime began to isolate itself from the Japanese children audience demographic when a good chunk of it only existed to serve as the extensions of the Gekiga movement. Gekiga? It's a term to describe this. What am I looking at exactly? An example of a movement that started in 1957 Japan. Gekiga, or dramatic pictures, was an alternative lifestyle of manga aimed at an older audience when a lot of it was aimed at younger readers. This eventually made its way in Japanese animated works such as Lupin the Third and Ashita no Joe. That last anime you mentioned, which one is that? The inspiration for Megalobox. I love that anime! Right there with you. Although there were some anime aimed at children, combined with Maru-san and Imai, which produced anime merchandise declaring bankruptcy, both Ultraman and Kamen Rider arrived at the worst possible time for TV anime. Exactly. Both shows held the attentions of Japanese children in an iron grip. While TV anime was doing well in the ratings, it wasn't enough for the studios that produced them, financially speaking. Veteran anime screenwriter Masaki Tsuji once said in a 2007 interview of Tokyo Shimbun, TV anime was on the verge of extinction. And yet, we still have TV anime. What changed? Go Nagai. He sounds a little familiar. He's one of the most notable figures in both manga and anime. He's created works such as Violence Jack, Cutie Honey, Devilman. Devilman! I've seen Uh, what else did he make? Well, before everything I mentioned, he created Harenchi Gakuen, a gag manga that's still kind of controversial even today. What are we talking about? Okay, I get the point. Still waiting for when we talk about Gundam. Almost there. Now, Go Nagai was working with Toei Animation on the anime adaptation of his Devilman manga while working on his giant robot manga that Toei would eventually adapt as well, Mazinger Z. We're finally talking about giant robots now?
Nice.
I'll keep this short. Mazinger Z was first serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump in October of 1972 before becoming animated in December of the same year. Saying that it was a hit is an understatement. It's a TV anime in so many ways. The anime received consistently high ratings, its manga sold like gangbusters, but most of all... What?
Merchandising.
Merchandising? The Mazinger Z toys flew off the shelves when the anime aired.
Merchandising! Where the real money from the movie is made.
Not only did Mazinger Z prove itself to be an animated goldmine, it also started so many tropes in giant robot anime. Such as... While we expect the pilots of the giant robot to be in the robot now, giant robots were a lot more like Tetsujin 28, or as we know it in the States as Gigantor, remote controlled from a distance by the leading main character. That's crazy. And a little convoluted. So, Mazinger Z saved TV anime, right? Exactly how? This anime served as the start of a genre of anime called super robot anime, although that distinction wouldn't exist just yet. It did, however, spawn many imitators. Getter Robo, Great Mazinger, Z's sequel series, UFO Robo Grendizer, Steel Jeeg, Guy King, Go Wapper 5 Godam, Magne Robo Gakin, Brave Riding, Combattler V, Voltes 5, and Tosho Daimos. Huh. As far as imitators go, that's a pretty impressive lineup. So, Mobile Suit Gundam was the next evolutionary point of giant robot anime, right? Yes. But we're gonna have to cover 2 more super robot anime to finally get to Gundam. Seriously? I promise it'll be worth it. The titles Zambot 3 and Daitarn 3 are notable in the development of Mobile Suit Gundam because of the studio that created them. Which anime studio is that? While it is called Bandai Namco Filmworks today, from 1972 to 2022, the studio that created both anime series and eventually Gundam was, and still kind of is, called Sunrise. Wait, I know that name. Every otaku worth their salt knows that name. Sunrise created these 2 anime series in a partnership with Clover, a toy company, due to the frustrations of Sunrise's production company, Soatia. Not to be confused with Shueisha, the company that owns Weekly Shonen Jump. Why were they frustrated? Didn't they get a lot of work? Yes, but their parent company at the time, Tohoku Shinsha, was raking in a majority of the profits while they only did subcontracting work. Oh, I get it. So these 2 anime series were sort of practice run in creating Gundam. Something like that. Tomino was director of both. I had a feeling they were connected to him. And you are not wrong in saying that these 2 anime series were practice runs for everyone involved. So were they successful? The opposite, really. Both anime underperformed both on ratings and toy sales. The next series essentially served as Sunrise's Hail Mary, Mobile Suit Gundam. And here we are. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I really appreciate your support in helping the channel grow.